I was dealing with an organization that had a new CEO, and the CEO came in talking about cost reduction. Now, there are two ways to make $1 of net income: reduce cost by $1, increase revenue by $1. So this CEO came with all these cost reduction packages, and I said, you have no vision. Reducing cost is not sustainable. Now, I've had people come to me and say, well, we've reduced these costs because times are tough and these are inefficiencies in the organization. I said, well, when was it in vogue to absorb inefficiencies? I don't care how high the stock price is, how profitable is it. When was it in vogue to erode shareholder value and absorb the buffer of inefficiencies? If these things were inefficient, they should have been dealt with even when the organization was doing well. So for me, what's more important is increasing net income by increasing revenue by $1, not by decreasing cost. Because decreasing cost is not visionary. Decreasing cost over the long run is not sustainable. It becomes self-cannibalistic, where the organization starts to feed upon itself. Now, if you're reducing cost to increase net income, that's something that should be done through the good times and the bad times. But when a CEO focuses on reducing cost and not on increasing revenue, I say that CEO does not have a vision. When I've hired people and they want to increase net income by having layoffs, I could hire an intern to do that. Now we're talking about HR as a cost center, but it's much more sustainable, visionary to produce that $1 of net income by increasing revenue. So I was speaking to someone that's involved in real estate, and he came to the conclusion that he started to invest in more expensive real estate property, even though it put a squeeze on his cash flow, because he came to the correct conclusion that the more expensive the real estate and the more he has to charge for rent, the higher quality of people is he renting to, and they tend to make better tenants. So I feel that when you focus on revenue growth instead of cost reduction, that's what's sustainable. Because Russell, you're going to get to the point where you can't reduce costs even more. So it's definitely revenue. As far as reducing cost, you never want bloatedness. That's something that should not be dealt with just because times are tough.